Hello and welcome back to The Bastard Children of Everil and Un Bardoon Adventure. Previously on The Bastard Children of Everil, Buddy and Tilda went to the watchtower where the sheriff and guards sleep at night. They snuck inside successfully and went to the sheriff's quarters. Investigating her room, they found an overnight bag containing a robe that would not have fit the sheriff, and a vial of embalming fluid. They also managed to find the witness statements, so Buddy took them for them to look at in the morning. They snuck out and met Abydan and Quincy in the town square where they spent the night. In the morning, the alarm bells rang, signaling that there was another victim of the murderer that had been discovered. On the way to investigate, Quincy read over the witness statements and found that there were mentions of a man in priestly garments, an angel of death, and some confusion of how exactly the victims were killed. They arrived at the house of Rivex Westron, the half-orc physician, and Sheriff Quinnesot was already there. They investigated the scene with her and saw that vials of embalming fluid had been taken from the residence. Buddy spoke into Quinnesot's mind, revealing that they knew that she had a vial of fluid in the watchtower. It was revealed that she had been trying to help Friar Finney get clean off the embalming fluid, and that she had an amount of feelings for the friar. Buddy asked her what she thought of Lord Freglack, and she said that she was after his job, and that she had already been in contact with advisors of the new king, and had brought medical supplies from the capital. Hearing that, all lies went out the window. The bastards made their true selves known and their true purposes, stating that the new king was being controlled by a mind flayer, and that there may be one here already. She was mortified. When Buddy said they usually go after those in power first, the connection of all the victims was realized. They were all part of the Council of Traitors for Hellan. There were two surviving members, Rebecca Dantis and Henrietta Thorson. They decided to gather the people together to end this once and for all. On their way out, Friar Finney arrived with a vial. Inside was what looked like a pink grub that was found in the throat of the first victim. And that is where we are in The Bastard Children of Everil and Un Bardoon Adventure. And the story continues now.
Well, hey there, gang.
Hello.
Hola.
Hello, hello.
No,
I'm not in a gang.
You in a squad? Can we
No.
call this a squad? No? Okay.
I'm like a raven. I'm in a murder.
Hey.
Mystery.
All right, you murder mystery goers. It's good to see you guys. We last left off with you all talking to Friar Finney, who has just shown you an interesting vial. This interesting vial has some sort of pink worm-like creature in it that is still actively crawling around inside this glass tube. You were with Quinnesot Goldhorn, and you were on your way to go ahead and bring all the townspeople together, specifically the two remaining people from the city council who you believe could be in some sort of danger. With that being said, my friends, the story is yours, but I want to call for one roll first. That one roll is going to be to whoever of our four brave adventurers believes that they could potentially make a nature roll on what this creature in the glass is.
Tilda.
Yeah.
Not that kind of druid, though, right? Your nature's crap,
Nope.
right?
Does anyone
one.
Does anyone have a greater than 4?
I have a good medicine too, but
Uh,
not nature, surprisingly.
I got a 4 to my nature.
I have a 0 to my nature, so who has the highest
Quincy,
nature modifier?
Quincy.
Quincy.
No, I still want Tilda to do it. Never mind. No,
No.
Quincy, go ahead. Quincy, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm still gonna roll to see what would have happened.
But
Yeah,
if
absolutely. You're gonna
Tilda
get
gets
that nat 20.
higher, if Tilda gets higher, she's gonna interrupt Quincy.
Did I get advantage from people helping me or no?
Guidance. Wait, this is
I
outside
gave him
of-
guidance. You can help him. I gave him guidance.
I didn't hear you.
I'm the guidance
But-
guy. I'm the
Also my
guidance.
Was Tilda helping or no?
I'm helping
We're all
Helping so
helping.
much.
because I'm actively yelling. Quincy, because I don't know
Quincy.
why. There's something weird going on. I need you to know what's happening, and I don't want to figure it out.
So I got a
Quincy.
19.
Woo!
I would have gotten a mod 20, but that's fine. 'Cause I rolled a 19.
Wow, that's a literal like one-upping someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't had that in a while.
We love it. We love it for Tilda though.
I'm still only cheering for Quincy.
Right.
I'll cheer for you, Tilda.
I won't.
Wow.
Quincy.
Okay.
All right,
Based
but I
on-
can't.
Quincy, based off of recent interactions that you have had and the party has had over the course of the past several days, you recognize this and have a decent amount of intuition or insight into what this creature could possibly be. And you understand it to very likely be at least somewhat associated with mind flayers or with illithids. Your intuition says it's probably a larva. Tilda, because you got the mod 20, you understand that this is a mind flayer larva.
I just poke Quincy in the side. After you whisper, obviously larva, I'll go, mind flayer larva.
Oh, no. Okay, I thought that mind flayers were gross to begin with, but this is just...
Well, at least we know they can get uglier.
Yes. Well, at least we have confirmed that this is what's going on. It is of the utmost importance that we get to the square and call everyone to us so that we can prevent more murders from happening, right?
Exactly, yes.
I don't know. That thing looks kind of tasty. I think I should have a little snack. I'm a little peckish.
Buddy, don't you dare.
What? I've eaten grubs before. I've dug through the mud and eaten a grub.
Now, theoretically, my divine magic could shield him from any...
Do we want
Unforeseen
to try?
No, we don't.
If you bite off the head of something, it's dead.
That is blatantly not true in this world.
Yeah, but Quinnisaw nods and goes, true point.
Like,
See?
Hi, buddy. Have you ever had food poisoning?
Quinnisaw, are you able to send out messengers or sound an alarm or something? We need to deal with this right away.
Yes, I am assuming that I can do, well, I can at least alert the townspeople, and I can likely alert the monks of the monastery. Maybe then I can send out some of our guards to inform the king, but if what you told me is true, they are already very aware of a mind flayer. The fact that it is reaching here is more than just disturbing. We need to figure out the source of this mind flayer larva, where it's coming from, and how to destroy it.
I agree.
Where was this one found?
Found it here, inside the throat of one of the victims. I found it in the first victim of Kindy J.
It's possible the injection site that you saw was not merely for whatever embalming fluid, but perhaps a method of getting it into the body.
It could be. Perhaps the embalming fluid masks the tissue changes caused by the worm. A theory.
Do we think Shavera or Versi or whoever is trying to infect another town?
I
with
don't
his
think
little babies.
well, possibly Shavera, but the way that Versi spoke, I would not be surprised if there are multiple other children of Shavera, and that each one of them is assigned to a different province of Everil.
And based off what we've seen, there hasn't been any of the kind of hive mind activity we witnessed last time. So perhaps we got here early rather than late.
Or is somebody else trying to kill them before they change?
Another possibility. The answer would be solved when we find the killer and question their motives, if they have any.
I believe we will be able to find the killer once everyone is assembled in the town square. And if not, at least we can alert everyone to the possibility of them being there.
I have perhaps an idea. May I see the mind flare tadpole or larva?
Certainly, but I would advise you and the fair investigator to not eat it.
I'm not going to eat it. Quickly, let us walk to the town square while I work this magic. As we
I guess as we either walk or while other people talk, I'd like to cast Detect Evil and Good, because just to see if it matches the spell's description on how things actually work, because it should let me know that it's an aberration within 30 feet of me, and I'm holding the Mind Flayer thing in front of my face.
Yeah, it should light up. Yeah, I'm looking at the...
So it lights up?
As you all are walking, presumably to the city square, you are able, Abydan, to go ahead and cast the Detect Good and Evil. And yes, the illithid tadpole begins to change color in your mind's eye, indicating that it is an evil creature, specifically an aberration.
Okay. So when we were in the village before, in Redoran, I believe until they were exposed, they didn't pop up like that. So this is a different kind of weird, wonky thing going on. So it's slightly different than the ones we've met before. At least in Abydan said. I will be like,
This is detectable by my magic this time. So at least when they're exposed to the open air like this, they're detectable. Which hopefully in turn means if there are any infested people here, we can sort them out when we get to the town square. But I'll need 10 minutes to cast it. So if we need to keep people busy, then...
I suggest Quincy make a speech for our podcast. Only murders in Everend.
You know what? I think
I've created democracy and podcasts.
You are an innovative woman, and
what
I
are
love it.
these words?
All after having only one flask this morning.
Neither of those
Didn't
things are
even
going to
start my
catch
second
on.
one.
You see, Tilda, famous bards are known to create thousands of words, and people just catch on. So, you could be onto something.
I once heard of a famous bard who invented words such as assassinate. I believe his name was Billiam. Billy Crystal. That was his name.
That's right.
Yeah.
To the town square.
To the town square.
You all do arrive at the town square, and Friar Finney has been rushed off to inform the rest of the monks at the monastery of what's going on. Abydan, you specifically are holding on to the Mind Flayer larva.
Yeah, I'll tuck it into my sealed vial of holy water, like my little flask that I keep, just in case if the little bugger gets out, he'll drown. Hopefully.
All right.
Double sleeve, just like my Magic the Gathering cards. Just kidding. I don't double sleeve.
Careful.
I know. Got to use some protection. Anyway, town square. We're there. Go, DM.
Good grief. You arrive. You arrive in the town square, relatively the same place where you guys slept the night prior, and you hear the sound of summoning chimes going off from the monastery. Not warning chimes, not that another body has been discovered, but gathering chimes. This is where people will come to the square if they hear it. They know to drop everything. Typically, it means they are either under an attack or that something else is going on. You will also go ahead and see that the mayor of the town is also going to show up, Dylan Freglak. He will be there, looking very, very, very tired. But he does arrive there next to you all and Quinessa.
Good morning, Lord Freglak. You don't look like you've slept at all.
Good morning, yes. And no, I have not. It's been rather stressful, as you know. Has there been any news on this murderer? Presumably so, if the bells are being rung to gather all, and I didn't call for it.
Yes, Lord. We have very important information regarding the identity of the killer as well as potential future victims. We thought it was best to bring the town together and let the killer be shown in the light of day.
You believe that the killer will show?
I believe that the killer already has. And then I point to Tilda.
I'm innocent. And then I just run in circles for no reason because I am now 2 flasks deep.
Is he
Within
distracted?
the walk from wherever we were here, Already another one in.
Mm.
I have my suspicions.
I
Are
guess.
are you currently holding the flask?
No.
Can I try and steal it from her?
You can try.
Roll for sleight of hand.
What would I roll? Perception?
Yeah.
I got a 9.
I got a 6.
Oh!
I do have no idea that you're taking it. I
Yeah.
think
I'm not slick about it at all. I just reach into your pocket and then pull it out and put it into mine. And I'm like, oh, we'll be taking this.
I'm suddenly lighter. That's so weird. I'm innocent. I have my suspicions. Anyway,
Yeah.
sir, the killer is here. He's killed again, and there's weird bugs.
You say that there are weird bugs. What
yes,
sort of
mind
weird
flayer
bugs?
Well, as
Mind flayer
someone
bugs.
as someone with a PhD in illithid studies, I can safely tell you that we cannot classify this as an insect. I would more draw it in the lines of a psychic amphibian.
Sorry, mind flayer, psychic, amphibian,
Psychic. Say it
psychic,
Side dot.
with me.
amphibian.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
I'm good.
DM,
Yeah.
while this conversation is happening, I'm going to go ahead and cast Detect Evil and Good.
And I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Yeah. And I'm going to cast Power Word Kill.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God. We're all dead.
Not how it works. Let's go.
Okay. Let's resolve those sort of in the order that we got them. All right, Abydan, you're going to do Detect Evil and Good. Also, the townspeople are making their way to the center of town.
As they look at the shenanigans of the struggle for the flask, Abydan's just going to quietly just go, Aravis, under his breath. And he just makes a little weird hand sign real fast. Just a woo. Listeners interpret the woo, whatever you want to. Whatever hand sign you'd like. I mean, Kage no Bushin. And he does it for over 10 minutes. And then as everyone moves in, and then boom, there we go. Detect Evil and Good is up.
Yep. Okay. Good deal.
Wait, did you casually drop in and he does it for 10 minutes?
I mean, it is a ritual, yeah.
Is that a ritual spell?
Hold on, let me look.
It's not.
Oh no, it just lasts for 10 minutes. So we're
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, let's
Never mind.
check back in.
I was looking at the spell. I'm like, there's no ritual on here.
Never
Where's
mind.
the R?
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So Detect Good and Evil is up. Let's go to Quincy doing Detect Thoughts. Who are you thought detecting?
Everyone around me, but
Okay.
because it's a 30-foot, whatever. But I will focus my attention on Freglak.
All right. Upon Freglak, his thoughts are immediate concern for their whole populace. He is an old man, right? He's old. He's tired. This is literally some of the worst news that he could have gotten.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I'll
then-
just keep that
and
up for
then-
now.
Yeah, and then general detect thoughts around you guys. Like Quinessa is also concerned and is trying to figure stuff out. And yeah, it is genuinely fearful of what's happening. Because upon what she said to you guys, before, she had every faith in this new king. And now all of this is happening. And her thought now, as the person who has been delivering the medicine from Everil down here to Hellan, she's blaming herself. That if there is something up with the medicine, like what you guys speculated a minute ago, that's on her. And last but not least, Power Word Kill. Who are you casting that on?
Myself.
Oh, okay, good deal. All right.
So what
All right,
happens?
the rest of the town people are here in the city square. Noah or Abydan, your Detect Evil and Good. Most of these people are just ringing true neutral. These are a bunch of civilians. No one seems to be inherently infected who is coming up to the space.
Okay. But I would feel it with it, unless they shoot out from the ground beneath us. We should be good though.
Yes.
Right. Collectively, though, will all four of you go ahead and make a perception check?
Sure.
Is this a thing that I can make guidance on myself?
Yep.
Guidance.
Also guidance.
Ooh.
17.
23.
Well,
16.
That is a creepy man's excitement. An 18.
All right.
Oh.
Hey, that's
Thumbs down on
horrifying.
that.
And
Oh my god.
You always find new ways to make people cringe.
all four of you passed as this is happening. And you passed the perception DC. You all notice that there are a few people from who you have talked to who are missing.
Oh.
Let me guess, it's one of the fathers. And or all the fathers.
That's
Obviously,
right, guys.
obviously, Friar Finney is one of the last to arrive because he was the one who informed everyone in the monastery. But there is a noticeable missing of Friar Unicat, the head father of the monastery, and his young assistant, Faramir. Both of them are missing. The three witnesses are there with you. So that would be Sam Nurez, Eric Hover, and Delium Van Sporen. With that, the story is yours to inform these people of all of the recent events, starting now.
As an aside, ask him, like, where's Father Unicat and Faramir?
Friar Finney says that Father Unicat and Faramir are both actively attending to Freya.
Convenient.
I'll say to the other three, do one of us want to go and check on them while all this is happening, or do you think we should all just stay together?
I personally believe that when there's a mind flayer and psychic amphibian baby thing, tadpole here, we should probably stick together.
I agree.
Fair enough.
If I'll take one lesson from Helaena with me, it's to not make creepy jokes and to stay together.
You're doing really well with one of them.
Staying together, you're right.
Staying together.
While we have this moment, like based off of, we've talked about the council and everything, do you think those are really the ones that are the target of the mind flayers?
Go ahead.
No, you go. I was just making noises.
It's possible because that's the only connecting thread that we found, is that they were the city council members, essentially, of the traders who Lord Delin essentially trusted, right? So that's the only common thread here. It's all we have to go on.
But then it's very puzzling because if the killer's not the mind flayer, then they're the ones attempting to stop the mind flayers somehow, perhaps.
I'm not entirely sure that they're trying to stop the mind flayers. I'm just going to assume that this is just another form of transforming people against their will.
Perhaps. Either way, finding the killer. Priorities.
I actually did my dissertation for my PhD in illithid studies on the transformative natures of the tadpoles. You can actually read about it in my dissertation. It's titled Baldur's Gate 3. And
Oh my.
A very, very well-regarded tome.
I'm just curious as to why we are changing courses when the half illithid approach that we ran into with Redoran, where it was like mass infection sort of deal, of like just partial illithid conversions operated and worked when we compare it to adding an illithid tadpole into the mix. Why are we changing things up now? And that did seem to be a successful course of action.
Maybe they got a larger brain and thought it maybe it prudent to try new tactics.
Well, if you recall, once Versi was killed, the transformations were reversed. This could be a more permanent solution.
Still, we have nothing to really act on at the moment.
And also,
It's
why in a dead body?
Why indeed?
But was it there before they were dead? We don't know that.
Right. Also, there's a lot of people around, and we should probably have some answers.
I was wondering why they were letting us just have the side conversation. I was really flashing.
I think it's the suspicious
We wanted to
fathers,
be
'cause you never should
respectful.
trust.
Thank you,
Thank
random
you.
citizen.
Thank
We
you,
love you,
people
random
of Hellan.
citizen.
You
Thank
all are
you.
doing great.
I'm really
When
feeling
did-
encouraged.
When did
right now,
Tam
guys.
get here?
When did
Tam,
Carl Weezer get here?
Tam followed this from Redoran, didn't she?
Damn.
I'm
Damn,
your
Tam.
biggest fan.
Oh,
It's
no.
because of the podcast. It's spreading across all.
Like mind flares.
Okay. Up to. Okay, back to this case. Who do we actually think did it? Because we're up here about to tell people who the murderer is, and I don't think all of us agree on this. Who's the murderer?
I don't think I have an idea of who the murderer is.
I just assume it's a man in
What man?
a priestly garb because you can't trust a priest. Sorry, Abydan.
What kind of clothes do Lord Dellen wear? Does Lord Dellen wear? Grammar.
Yeah, Lord Dellen typically wears some sort of neutral beige tan robe. Not necessarily the
Right.
earthen brown that was stated before that the monks have, but does still sport the same style of clothing, just in a lighter hue.
I see.
Um,
One of the witness statements did say something about a man in a robe.
DM, question.
Yes.
I wrote a very weird sentence. The post-mortem wounds of the eyes, ears, tongue being removed, were they done with surgical precision or no?
The first three looked as though they were done with surgical precision, but it seems to have been gaining speed, like less precise as time has gone.
I wonder if this person who is committing these murders is either trying to take out these mind flayer bugs before they inhabit, or they are placing them into these empty orifices on some sort of high and mighty command from Shavera himself, or some like religious zealotness, or some sort of like, I don't know, insane motive, but they could be placing them into these bodies for them to later wake up.
Oh, all right.
I can't help but notice that you did refer to them as mind flayer bugs again.
Sorry, mind flayer
Sidekick amphibians.
Sidekick amphibians, yeah, sorry.
Honestly,
Buddy,
after you said bugs, I
I
stopped listening.
I did not get my PhD in illithid studies.
You should really go for your FDA. It's really worth it.
I'll have to do this after we're not actively searching for a murderer.
There's no time like the present.
You're right.
Hold on.
Where did my...
So the first victims were done with surgical precision, which means that the killer at least has some skill with a blade of some kind. They also need to have the medical knowledge to know the one specific injection point for the embalming fluid that would make it appear as a mosquito bite, as well as knowing the exact amount to be a paralytic and not kill them outright. We're looking for someone who, at least initially, before whatever profane experiments they did affected their precision as they became less precise, someone who had medical training. I believe, anyway.
What did the Lord... What was his name again?
Dellen.
What did Lord Dolly do before he was Lord Dolly?
So you can say psychic amphibians, but not Dellum.
I have a speech impediment
Okay.
in which I choose to not say names correctly.
Lord Dellen is classically trained as a in forms of common speak, rhetoric, different languages, this, that, and the other. Really moved very early on. Because he inherited this land, he was not elected or anything to being a full-time politician.
Nepotism. So, Lord Freglack, it's really hard to say in this voice. Freglack,
Get names right.
I'm sorry, I have a speech impediment.
Ooh, you suck.
I know.
You're still doing great!
Thank you, Tam. Thanks, Tam.
Lord Fricklack,
Yes!
who among the townspeople has had either extensive medical training or is rather fabulous with a blade that are still left alive?
I would say most of the monks in the monastery have had significant training. We had the physician, Revix, who was very well trained. Upon that, all of our soldiers have an amount of medical training, but nothing is... I don't know. Why do you ask?
Theorizing. The first victims had precise surgical wounds. As time went on and the murders became more discoverable, they were significantly more rushed. Additionally, someone was found seen in a robe. It stands to reason that someone who's in a robe wouldn't just wear a robe for no reason. Either it's a deflection of blame, or their compulsion to kill kept their outfit on.
What if it was a disguise?
That still means they still have medical training.
What do you
Quincy, I
propose
can't-
that we do? Do we gather everyone who has had medical training? And I thought you all had a killer.
We do. Is my detect thought still up?
Yeah.
What is he thinking in the surface?
I have a question.
Exactly what I just said. Go ahead, Chaz.
I have a question that I think Quincy should use his detect thoughts for. My telepathic feat means I can talk to him, right? But I just can't hear him, right?
Right.
Yep.
I'm just gonna send a message into Quincy's head of how many minds do you feel inside of Lord Fricklack right now? Seeing if he can detect if there's a mind flayer parasite.
You mean the amphibian?
The sidekick amphibian.
I'll just try and go deeper then.
Okay.
See if there's anything weird.
Roll for investigation, please.
Oh, okay. Investigation is a 17.
Okay. There is no secondary mind. You do not sense any secondary mind.
Okay. Anything deeper that is revealed?
Not particularly. Dylan is... The only deeper thought is that he is questioning you all, and why the people have been gathered.
Okay.
Like he's getting an amount of frustrated that a killer has not been pronounced.
Right.
Or that the people have not been addressed. Like, even if a killer isn't announced, like, the people are starting to be like, what the heck is happening here, you know? Who are these people? Many of them don't know you.
Fair enough.
And, but you do have
Yes.
a couple of supporters, specifically one who, you know, is like, y'all are doing great! Keep going! Take as much time as you need!
And everyone else is like,
the leader
no.
of this town, who is having us conduct an investigation, should have maybe also made a statement to the people.
Well,
But
I
that's
will.
just a me thing.
I will
My
take
good
it upon
people!
myself.
My
Oh,
good
okay.
people! Wait! Before you speak, my good people, I am here to address these rumors that there has been a murderer amongst our midst. It is true. I will now pass it over to these lovely people. Thank you. And good night.
But it is midday. Thank you, Lord Dallin.
And good night.
Welcome to Only Murders in Umbardoon. Take it away, Quincy.
Follow along
Thank
our
you.
podcast.
You're not in this podcast. You're not here.
I am the first subscriber! I love it! I
People,
episode!
people of Hellan, my name is Quincy. I was here hired along with these 3 others to investigate the murders that have been occurring within your town. So far, we have been finding a lot of very disconcerting evidence that the murderer may be within your respected monastery of this town. However, we are still conducting an investigation. We simply want to inform you of what may be going on so that you may stay awares, so that you will not be caught up in this scheme. Someone else jump in whenever.
So wait a minute, you all don't know who the killer is?
I believe the murderer is here in our midst. And Quincy can prove it.
I'm
What?
going
No.
to. Here's what I'm going to do.
They
I'm gonna
have to be here because if everybody's here except for 3 people, they're either here or they're the 3 people over there. I whisper to y'all clearly as I'm saying it very loudly.
Stage whisper.
I'm going to step up and I know you have known me as Inspector Jacques, but that was a ruse. My real name is Sherlock Homeless, and I am here to tell you, and then I'm going to whisper in everyone's minds with my telepathy, try to make it as creepy as possible.
That you need to come forward.
Ooh. Okay. Creepy.
And try to see if I can intimidate a mass crowd to show if anyone's hiding anything.
Scary. I feel very intimidated. Buddy, please roll for, Dr. Sherlock Homeless. Please go ahead and roll for intimidation.
Guidance. Oh, I get a +6, so that is that's a 4 on the dice. So that is a 17 because I rolled a 7 on the dice.
That was really creepy.
All right, I'm going to be honest with everybody. I'm just going to be honest with everybody right now. I'm not Sherlock Homeless. I'm Buddy Luckyhands. I have a pet rat. His name is Nantucket, and I just hold him up. And I put him back in my pocket.
Here for Nantucket.
If you really want to know who's behind all of this, I suggest that we ask your lord because he is hiding things.
Lord Dellen notably goes pale and looks over at you.
What are you doing, Inspector? Pretending to be 2 other people, are you mad?
I'm not an inspector!
Didn't deny he wasn't mad, though.
Fine. I admit it. I am lupus-ridden actress Selena Gomez. She has lupus, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, good. I didn't want to end up with any libel suits on my hand. No, I didn't stop. I lie so much. I'm sorry. I lie so much. I can't help it. It's an instinct sort of thing. It's my therapist who I once met in a bar who I talked to for 5 minutes.
Buddy, the point.
The point is all fingers are pointing to someone in charge, someone higher up. That's the only reason why these things are being done, because there is a systematic control that has to be taken over, and the only way to do that is from the top down.
I'm not sure I agree with that theory, but I mean...
That's literally what happened everywhere!
It is true. It is very true.
They also need access to a lot of places, and they have to be trusted individuals, so it's got to be the Lord, the Sheriff, or the priests.
Literally all of our experiences so far, Abydan, have been from top down.
They've killed all the important people as opposed to replacing them, as opposed to controlling them.
That's top down!
It is.
But it's not putting in place a power structure.
Yes, it is!
Unless they're going to reanimate with those little psychic amphibians in their heads.
We've been replacing or repairing everything from the top down. This is Reaganomics, baby. This is trickle down Bardunium.
You hear from the crowd many people just screaming, top down, top down.
This is going to cause a riot. Oh god.
I mean, we haven't been introduced to any other characters, Abydan. Of course, it has to be one of the people we already know.
I am judging by the fact that
of the priest who is feeling like he deserves to be in
I
a
was
higher
thinking
position.
leaning more towards the priest after we concluded about the medical
I'm
knowledge.
telling you, don't trust a man in a cloak.
We're all in cloaks.
Shh. Priestly garbs. What are they?
That's better.
Vesters.
Vestments?
All I have to say is that this is probably, if this is an Agatha Christie, this is probably more along the lines of "and then there were none" instead of a murder of Roger Ackroyd. All I'm saying is that there is probably one killer or multiple killers who has been introduced and we can look at rather than the narrator himself, the person who we're going to get a first-person perspective of who is the killer before. And we can look at it, wow, this is a great twist, but we have to understand the fact that murder mystery whodunits up to this point have always been and should always be the introduced killer cannot be the first-person perspective narrator. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're Agatha Christie?
No! Yes! Yes!
No!
Fine.
He's not.
And I'm Miss Marple.
But
Very.
So I hope that this gathering has been helpful
illuminate.
for everyone. We do believe that the next victims will be...
A father.
No, the next victims will be either Rebecca Dantis or Henrietta Thorson.
Keep safe and keep
if
your
you are
eyeballs,
those two-
ears, and the other
Tongue.
thing together.
Tongue.
If you see something, say something.
Speak no evil. Also, should we... Where is the sheriff in all this?
She is standing next to you. Has been the whole
What
time.
is her reaction to this?
Also freaking
I
out
didn't know. I
that
didn't
you
know
all
if
have
she was sneaking
lost
away.
your mind. You all have lost your mind, and she is freaking out. She is standing.
It's clearly somebody who's here or not here.
How is it losing our mind
I
when we are
love
using
that
all the
logic
puzzle
that it's
pieces
either. I love that logic that it's either someone who exists or someone who doesn't. That's the
No.
that's the
It is either
response you
someone who is
just gave.
currently at this square, or it is the 3 people who are notably missing.
That is a point. Like, if you...
It's either.
It has to be. And
If
like,
I produce a flaming blade and start chasing people, do you think the killer will come out?
No.
Great. Okay, I won't do
They'll
that.
think you're the killer.
I'll show you,
I'm just
murderer.
trying to give us all
I'll
of our
show
options.
you how to really get some shit done.
I was giving us all of our options. Okay, sheriff.
What is happening?
We need to, I don't know, quarantine these people, get them into a place where we can keep tabs on everybody, because clearly, sometime in the middle of the night, somebody gets up and kills somebody, and everybody's just dilly-dallying doing their thing. But we haven't enacted a town-wide curfew.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
We haven't enacted a town-wide.
have.
Everybody
Yeah.
get into one building.
They have been.
lock
have.
in. Let's do a lock-in.
A
Lock in
lock-in,
in the
not a
monastery.
curfew. Sorry, excuse me. Clearly, somebody is breaking the curfew. It doesn't do shit if nobody is following it.
Let's
Remember
hey,
when
let's
it was
go,
going to be
let's go for
us
the lock-in
breaking
approach.
curfew?
I like
I'm
the
looking
lock-in
at this from,
approach.
like-
Everybody gets together, and then when the body shows up at the lock-in, we play the game Body. It is a game I learned at
How
the
about
lock-in.
how about no one else dies, because
That's
these are
awesome.
real people with real lives who need to be saved.
I
These are
agree.
Dungeons and Dragons. These aren't real people.
This is shut up, Chaz.
Silence!
Okay. We need to get people to do something so that we can grab the people we think are it and just get them to talk.
Well, we think it's the people at the monastery because we have looked in everyone's mind here. There's no sign of aberration.
Have we looked
possession.
into the sniveling sidekick of the priest?
No, he's not here.
I mean, earlier.
No,
No, not really.
And
He
everyone
seems
here,
suspicious. Maybe he's being abused. He's being taken advantage of. He has been in the mind. Shavera has gotten into his little mind and his little vulnerabilities.
Hey.
And they're like, maybe you can do something better. You can serve me instead of these people who treat you like you're nothing.
We're still workshopping this idea, everyone.
Hey.
We're
Oh,
just
sorry. That was said as loud as I possibly could say.
Hey guys, why don't we go back to that mine we were talking about earlier?
you know, what
I
is
think
this
we
for?
should have just gone straight to the man himself and put Quincy on that throne. But that's okay. Murder mystery it is.
I'm just
Quincy on the
confused.
throne.
at this
Thank
point.
you.
At this point, Quincy's not going to bring that up at all. So how about I'm just gonna go get Father Unicate and the assistant,
Berman.
and
Berman.
I will bring him back, and then we can
I'll-
solve this once and
This
for all.
is-
I'll go
You
with
get
you because you're
killed.
not
This
going
is
alone.
me.
Partner
This
up.
is me metagaming as someone who has literally read every single possible Agatha Christie book because I'm such a loser. It's someone who's introduced in the first act. It is.
It has
Otherwise,
to
it's
be.
not a twist. It's not a whodunit if we don't know the killer already.
And it's most of the time not the first person introduced, unless a lot of times it could be the second person, according to Scooby Doo mythology.
So I am,
It's the priest. It's the sheriff. It's the lord.
My money's
the
on the
sidekick.
priest.
I will say, Agatha Christie, you got it from here. We'll be right back.
Abydan, Quincy, go! Ah!
And we'll run and I don't know, drag them if we have to.
We'll gracefully dive off the stage, hit a sprint, and just be like, well, that was literally one of the worst experiences of my life. I am
This
safe
keeps
right now.
happening. Helena kept us together.
You know what? I thought it
What are
went
you guys
really
talking
well.
about?
Tilda, why are you not back there?
Because
you
we're
here
finding
now?
the killer. What did you want us to do? Just stare at the people? Come
Wait,
on,
how
let's
are
go
you
get the
keeping up with
killer.
us? How are
And
you
we
keeping
cut-
up with us?
We cut back to Buddy in front of the spheres, going 79 bottles of beer on the wall, 79 bottles of beer.
Take one down, pass it around.
Yes, Tam. Can I make a performance check to see if I can get people in?
Yeah, roll for performance.
This is a small town.
Why did I
Maybe
roll a
they think
natural
this is
20 on
just-
that?
Yeah,
Oh,
you got a
natural-
nat 20. Oh my gosh.
I mean, this is a small town. The only thing that they have to do otherwise is to go get gas with their friends and talk.
That-
So, you know.
Yeah, we hang out, but we park in the Walmart parking
Walmart
lot.
parking
at night.
lot. Yep.
I really think they just need some entertainment. So they'll
That's
be
literally
distracted.
the worst. Like, that's the most pointless natural 20 I ever could have rolled.
Yeah, they're really into it. They're really into it, buddy.
But we got so many subscribers.
They've never heard this song before, so they're like, this is gonna be like top 10.
They're like, what happens next? What happens next? And he's like, 78 bottles of beer. They're like, what?
Wait a minute, how long does it keep going?
All right.
And then you switch over. This is the song that
You'll
doesn't
find out.
end. All right, cool.
And now
so-
we're
so-
at the monastery.
Yeah.
We remember where Freya's room is. We just plow open the doors and we sprint to Freya's room.
All right, well, hold on. You all arrive at the monastery. It is notably unlocked.
Great.
There's no one
As it
standing at
should
the
be, 'cause
doors.
It's a church and it's a refuge for people.
Yes, but whenever you guys went there the first time, there were guards at the door and people who met you there. It was Friar.
We did summon everyone.
It was Father
We summoned
Unicat
everyone to
and
the town.
right. So nobody is in there save for presumably Freya, Father Unicat, and Faramir. Those are the only three people who will be there.
Right.
Okay.
I rolled and I got a 26 athletics to kick open the door so that we can get in
I said it was unlocked.
This unlocked door. Yes.
Yes. I know. That's why it's so easy for me.
Can we add the flair of you went, you saw it was unlocked, and then you wanted the others to be
Yes.
really impressed?
I did
I
get there
love-
first. And
Yeah, you were the first person there. Presumably, you go in, you realize that the door is unlocked, but for aesthetic purposes, you kick the door in. It kicks with such force that it bounces back and locks. Good luck. You now have to figure out how to get inside. Open the door, go upstairs. You're fine. Go. You all make it upstairs.
I open the door. I go.
You all make it up the stairs, the three of you, and the monastery is notably darker and colder than what you all remember it being before.
Our footsteps pad along the marble floors as we run through the hallways.
You guys are able to make it upstairs to the long corridor where Freya's room is. Hers is the last room upstairs. You all are rushing down this corridor. The wood and the stone surrounds you on all sides, and you are approaching Freya's door that is the last room at the end of the corridor. As you turn onto the corridor, you see that the door is wide open.
Anyone in there?
Yeah, that's my question.
All right. You all arrive at the door still making the same amount of noise that you did beforehand. Presumably you guys have not rolled for stealth or anything.
Maybe
You all
not.
arrive
Maybe.
well, you didn't say.
I would not have.
Yeah, no.
No, I probably wouldn't have, even though I have pass without trace.
You all arrive at the door where you see an unconscious body of a short and somewhat larger, not quite rotund, but somewhat larger body on the floor, who you all are able to see. And you do see Freya in the bed, where she was previously. But you notice that this unconscious body is of the head priest, Father Unicat.
Before we
And his sidekick is notably absent.
Make a perception check.
Did everybody or just Tilda?
Guidance.
You, Buddy, who whispered from far away
I got a 7.
for my guidance. 10.
16. 11 plus 5.
All right. With a 16, you all are all three in the room, and you hear the door close behind you.
Whoa. I didn't say I went into the room.
You went in the room.
We definitely went into the room, my dude.
Yeah, you went into the room. The door closes behind you, and
Abydan, you're in here with us the whole time.
Buddy,
What, you're here too?
It better freaking not be. It's supposed to be with
It
the
was
crowd.
a joke. It's a bit. I'm just a little. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm normally the straight and narrow one, but I decided to add in an antic. What can I say? I'm sorry.
What can you say?
Sorry for my first derailment ever, guys. Sorry.
The door closes, and
Yes.
out behind the door is
Behind the door, you all are able to see the young assistant, Faramir, the Dark Blood, who was previously tending to Freya, who has in his possession a vial with several Mind Flayer psychic cadmium inside
Wild.
of it.
What did I tell you, Quincy? I knew it.
Before he says or does anything, I'll just say, it always is the creepy male assistant. And I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
All right, well, you guys don't get a surprise round of combat. He
Oh, no.
understood that you were
Not.
coming. So go ahead, the three of you roll for initiative. Is anyone going to tell Buddy psychically or anything what's happening?
We don't have that
I'm not a
capability.
psychic, bro.
All right, it's good.
All right. I want to roll a dice. I want to roll a D100. And if I'm going to call it. And if I roll the number that I call, I just show up. Because I
What?
thought
just
that
poof
something might
right
be
into
happening.
the room.
You just hear a knock on the door. Is that okay?
I will absolutely allow that. Yeah.
All
He
right.
dimension doors 18 times.
His patron just moves him to where he needs to be.
All right.
What number are
I'm
you
rolling
calling?
it, and I'm putting it underneath my thing, my little dice tray. It is under
Okay.
there. I rolled a 58.
Okay, so that's what you're calling.
Yeah. Oh, that is a. Oh no, that was a 51.
Disappointing.
5 and 1.
Yep.
Oh,
Dang. So
sorry.
close.
I'm 48 bottles of beer on the wall.
What?
11 initiative.
11 for Kate.
18.
Oh, you beat me.
I have
What?
something.
No way. No
You
way.
beat me.
I've been rolling like absolute
I rolled a
dog
12.
No way.
I rolled a 12. 12 plus 5, 17.
Abydan, you got a 17. Is that right?
Got a 17.
shit. Congratulations, Jason. You're officially not the loser
I
of initiative.
This
I-
is maybe the one you wanted to lose. Just an FYI.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know, but
I don't know about that.
did my Vicious Mockery go off before or now?
No,
Because
it will not. It will not go off before. I still need to roll for initiative for Fairwood. Okay. All right. Quincy, you are first.
That's a first for me being first. But I will still say that. But since it wasn't like out of initiative, I probably won't be casting Vicious Mockery. But I will draw my sword and position the blade at the hand of the vial. Ferryman, we don't have to get ugly here. All you have to do is stop immediately and let us have the vial. I will ready my action to attack him if he makes any attack or harmful action towards us. And then I will glance at Tilda. Also, good call on Ferriman, and give you a bardic inspiration.
It's 6 though, right?
Yep.
Cool.
And so I'm leveling the blade towards him, ready the attack action, and I'll pass.
All right, Abydan.
Seeing as those two are, as Tilda and Quincy are readying the battle and trying to give them a little more space to breathe, Abydan will look at Ferriman and be like,
As Quincy said, things don't have to get ugly, but in case they do, I want your eyes on me.
and I'm going to cast Compelled Duel.
Ooh.
I need him to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
DC...
I don't say the DC, hold on.
45.
Yeah, that's a 52. Yeah, get screwed. No, it's a 16.
16. Oh, beats me by 1. It's okay. It's a bonus action. I'll just ready my attack action then.
Okay.
I will ready my attack action if he makes any move towards my siblings or Freya.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
And Tilda next. I rolled a natural 1 on my initiative.
Ooh,
Hey.
So I'm gonna cast Thorn Whip and try to basically grab the vials. Well, I can damage him, but I can also kind of pull at the same time. So if you're okay with it, I would like to hit him and then pull, if I can, succeed on hitting him.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
vials towards me, like get them out of his hand.
Yeah, definitely. Just don't
we'll
get a 1.
see, because I've been rolling really bad, except for that one roll in the beginning that didn't count. 12. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay, well then as a bonus action, I am going to... Can I do this because they both are... No, because that's a...
Yeah, you cast a cantrip, so you're good to...
I can do a bonus action spell.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm going to ignite my flame blade.
Yeah!
And be like, I knew it was you! You are conniving and sniveling like all assistants. And you know what? That's probably what they told you. And so you're doing this to feel better about yourself. You should just drink yourself to oblivion like I do. It'll make you feel better.
Can she cast Vicious Mockery?
I was about to say that.
I don't cast Vicious Mockery. I am just feel bad that I missed with my little Thorn Whip. And I have a cool fire blade now.
Yes.
Anyway.
Your fire blade ignites after a pretty significant miss, where the sorry,
Don't talk
I didn't
about
mean
that.
to say significant. That's on me. That's my bad.
Whoa.
Look, man, you said I
that's
should need
so
to
funny.
drink myself to death. I'm going to call your miss pretty significant. With a significant miss, the thorns just, they miss by the next county over of where his hand is.
But it's really bright in here now with my fire.
Right. He looks at you rather incredulously that this is what's happening. I assure you, I had no problem with you all. Are you sure you want to interfere at this point?
Yeah, you're putting weird slugs up people's noses. Of course we do. Can't keep killing people, my dude. I speak for the group, clearly. Quincy and Abydan, objections?
None.
This is for the kingdom. The kingdom that you...
Are inheriting because we are the bastard children. Continue.
The kingdom that you have betrayed.
Like we are the ones who betrayed it. How close are you to Shavera?
We are more than acquaintances, yes.
Are you one of what he calls children?
That would be correct. I serve him as his child, and I will inherit this kingdom. Goodbye, bastard children. Your reign never even started. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
35 bottles of beer on the wall.
Hello again. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We sure hope that you enjoyed today's episode and will continue listening as the story continues. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to like, comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Or if you're listening elsewhere, be sure to drop a review on the app of your choice. If you would like to follow us on social media, you can find us at bardun.adventures. That is BARDUN.adventures. If you enjoyed the music featured in this podcast, you might consider contributing to the creator's Patreon at Drinkard the Bard. That's DRINKARD, the Bard. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you next time.